I'm going to spend the rest of my career getting better at this. Like, I never can envision myself standing in the front of the classroom all the time teaching to the students. I really believe that this inquiry-based curriculum is really the way to go. Like, I believe in my whole heart that the transformation over these classes has changed us all as teachers, and I can't ever see going back.
For this project, the goal was to improve student learning in mathematics. We developed a cohort with the University of Northern Iowa for our high school math teachers, where they investigated mathematics as math learners. So they were digging as deep into the mathematics as they could and then analyzing different instructional strategies to teach the mathematics in different ways that students would walk away with the greatest understanding. There's been a significant change in the way our students learn.
We went from really me being at the front of the room teaching to really in an inquiry-based curriculum where they're doing the discovery. And then I'm just facilitating that conversation.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it was an overwhelming change probably to begin with because it's a completely different way of thinking. You know, the first 15 years of my career, it was very textbook driven, kind of like I'll present the material, you learn it, and then you show me that you can do it.
I'd heard before too, like, oh, we don't do homework and we don't do this, and I struggled with that idea of I love the thought of it, but how do I do it? I needed to see it to be able to understand what that actually meant to do, and it was definitely in between that 1 and 2 year that it just started clicking where I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
When they're in my room, they're up in groups, small groups, and they're working through the problems together. And then I just facilitate to make sure that they get the key concepts.
And it just started clicking that can happen. These kids can do those things, and just even opening up those initially to say, how would you do this problem? And me not guiding them really opened my eyes to, wow, they really can do a lot of these things. They really can come up with some cool things that I never would have thought of.
There's a lot more opportunity for students to feel more invested in their learning. It's less comprehending from me and more discovering on their own. And I think any teacher that you speak to, the reason they go into teaching is because they love to see that aha moment. And I would say that I get a lot more of those from them independently than I used to.
Those light bulb moments seem to just happen all the time, and they just make me so happy. And then I just get excited, and I'm sure they think I'm the biggest math geek.
You could see the light bulbs just flashing all the time in the classroom because of they're involved in the learning. They're not a passive participation in the classroom.
One of the most impactful things I've heard a teacher say as well is that when we're planning for these lessons and diving deep into some upper level mathematics, that the teachers have said, wow, we've never talked about this type of content before. We've never gone this deep. And I think just by the work that we've done in the grant, where we've explored in a deeper sense what the math really is saying and having the kids do the math, it creates those opportunities where conversations are going to happen in class that used to never happen. So it's really powerful when teachers are noticing, wow, we've never talked like that in class, and it was so cool to hear the kids have ideas and have those deep conversations.
I mean, it's going to help prepare them in the future for any sort of problem solving, whether they are presented with an engineering problem and that, there's not an answer and they have to figure it out for themselves. I think just being comfortable with struggling, because we're not always told exactly where to do and how to do it. And I think learning how to struggle productively is something that they maybe aren't getting as much as they should. And hopefully this will help to resolve that, kind of learn that skill, how to struggle comfortably rather than panic.
When you walk into a math class at Mascoutah High School right now, you don't see that traditional students are sitting in a seat listening to a teacher doing that, guided practice, independent practice. Our kids are up, they're talking, they're collaborating, they're working at their vertical spaces, and they're just able to learn from one another. And teachers are guiding and facilitating, And that has just traditionally not been a math experience. And so it makes it so much more rich when the students are able to talk and learn from each other and add on to each other's ideas. I mean, that's really what deep learning looks like. And the DODEA grant has given us that opportunity to bring that to our students.